mediocre, okay? What do you want from us? How much more do you want from me? And we're back.
Hello, girls. We're back.
And we're back. We're back. And we're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Cha-cha-cha.
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Taylor.
And Toya.
This is the Heaux Bag. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite streaming platform and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at _Heaux Bag. That's _HEAUXBAG. Keep up with our shenanigans. Bye.
Welcome to another episode of the Certified Steppers Podcast. As you know, I am your host, KP. To the far left is the Brody Smooth, but then if you see us who's sitting in the middle, we got two lovely ladies. I think I'm going to allow y'all to introduce yourselves. I'm not even going to,
I'm Shanae from the Heaux Bag.
And I'm Kilolo from the Heaux Bag.
Oh, Lord, they came here with this.
And we in the house.
Listen, this is Taylor and Toya from podcast The Heaux Bag. If y'all have seen me a few times, I've posted, I featured on their show a couple times and had dope conversations, and I'm looking to reciprocate that energy now that y'all on set today. Oh, and can't forget about Taylor Jr. We got one cooking in the oven, so congratulations first and foremost on that. So how y'all doing? I always like to start our show out by getting like a heat check, mental health check, just real quick. How y'all doing mentally, man?
What time out? Shout out to black men for doing mental health checks, because we talk about that a lot, and I feel like it's not being heard. So thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it.
How y'all holding up, for real?
By a thread.
Oh, shoot.
Hey, but I'm here.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm doing fantastic.
There you go. That could be somebody.
Scale of 0 to 100, I'm about 110, so I'm
Say that.
Good. Can't complain.
Brody, how you feeling?
I'm smooth, baby.
Yeah, you've been stuck in the house for a week and a half. So you good?
You want punishment?
Kinda. Talk to us. Get it. Get your
Not you had COVID. Niggas don't care about COVID no more. They're not even doing tests anymore.
Hey, but listen, I wanted to kick the show off. And first and foremost, let me give a quick shout out. If y'all haven't already, y'all missing out. If y'all get a chance, my audience, please go check out the Heaux Bag. They give y'all a bunch of stuff that they kicking from a woman's perspective. Anything from being a bad bee and what it takes to be there, all the way to Planned Parenthood and mental health and all these other things. They got dope content that y'all gonna love to listen into, and we're gonna tap into some of that today. So y'all had an episode that I checked out. It was called Mediocre in This Economy, and I wanted to dive a little bit into that because I did watch the episode and I checked out the content, and to me it seems like it was focusing that basically in 2022 are y'all saying that one, women are tired of dressing it up like y'all too, and then two, if you are doing it, it's not for the man, it's for yourself. Like, am I interpreting that correctly of like what that title was about?
Initially, no. The second part, yes. More so, it's inflation and a recession is on the horizon. And so it was really hard to keep up with, being manicured, waxed, hair done, eyebrows threaded, gym membership, on the scene all the time, the latest makeup trends, skincare, all that stuff. It's just like super expensive. And then it led into a conversation of most men don't even notice or pay attention to that. And then, of course, we have rebuttals like, why are you doing it? For men, you should be doing it for yourself. And if it is something that's taxing on you, why do you keep doing it? And then I was saying, I'll be mediocre. I don't want to be a baddie. I don't want to be a goodie. I just be okay where I'm at. Because it is a lot to keep up with. Like, it's a lot.
You may catch me with no nails. You may catch me with some bitten off because I don't have time to go get them done. So it is a lot, and it's expensive. I mean, if a guy ever says, "Hey, can I get your nails done?" I'm like, hell yeah. And then when he asks how much, and I tell him, he be like, "Damn, what you got?" It's expensive.
Well, I got 70 on it. I'm gonna need a little more.
I'm gonna need 100 more.
That's what
I'm just getting my toes done. Like,
but to my understanding, that's the conversation me and bro have a lot. Is like, I thought that was already being funded by the dudes. That's why I was like, wait, so
not since inflation, no.
Oh, since the pandemic hit.
No, I would. Nails used to be $25.
So you fund that to girls you talk to?
My ex, absolutely, but I was married back then.
We talking about relationship. We talking about relationship.
Okay, but I think for the most part, correct me if I'm wrong, everybody's single. Except for you, single.
Yeah.
But you came from the single world, so you get it. street adjacent, you know. So, you know, at the end of the day, not every man is going to foot the bill for your hair, your nails, your everything. So for us to do it by ourselves, because first of all, me and Taylor are two women that are never going to ask a man to do something that we can't do for ourselves. And we don't ask anyway. So we were talking about it from the perspective of being mediocre in this economy, because we already are paying for our own nails. We're already paying for our hair. We're doing this and we're doing that. So if a guy says, hey, can I pay? Sure, that would help. Yeah. But it's also not going to hurt me because I already do it by myself anyway.
What doing stuff by yourself. Sorry, when I got in the relationship I'm in now, he was like, oh, I'm going to go get your oil changed. And I was like, no, I'm just going to change it myself because I got so used to doing everything by myself, being overly independent.
Oh, you wanted them. You change your all.
Listen,
no, not get up under there. No.
I went and bought the Pennzoil, the little thing, poured it. Because I was like, I'm tired of paying all this money for this damn car. My nails, my car, everything costs money. And like, I'm not waiting on a man to come do this.
Police don't know when to kick the door in.
She is the first woman I've ever met. I'm going to tell you right now, you the first one I ever met.
Kudos to you, girl.
But it's funny because one time I had a flat tire, and I'm gonna get off this real quick, and I was trying to change it on the side of the road, and the police pulled over. He said, man, why are you doing that? And I was like, because I ain't got no man. And he was like,
I mean, I've done that,
but like, like just like maintenance and everything, like we're independent. I was just speaking to that.
Yeah. So my what posed the question for me, and I don't know, Jeremy, you may have an opinion about this, but I wanted to know what that looks like from a male perspective. If we talking about being mediocre, right? What would that look like if for us? Like they already talked about keeping it upkeep, and you know, and she's cool with being mediocre.
Men can't be mediocre though.
I'm glad you said that because I agree with you.
You're not about to get no females if you gonna be mediocre.
Come on, listen, let's go there. Because
question: what does it mean to be a man and be mediocre? Because I'm so confused. So, what does that look like?
No haircut, never fly,
never really dressing right. He ain't got no swag. He just chill.
May I say something? Oh,
yeah, sure. This is an open forum, but I really do. I feel like that because it's like if you ain't really dressed to the nine. Not dressed to the nine. If you ain't put together, because like, how many tacky dudes y'all dealing with?
You're saying tacky, but then you're saying put together and mediocre, whatever. You can take a man and put him in a white shirt. Oh, this is Houston, midsummer. He's going to 50-15, and I seen it. Man have on a white shirt, crisp, right? You can get that from the gas station. What, $5?
$5.
Okay. He'd have on some Nike basketball shorts. They nice, cool. They ain't faded, and some Nike slides with some Nike socks. Eating a box of chicken wings and still get chose. Let a woman come in with some damn chipped toenail polish because she couldn't afford it. Nails not done. Hair in a Uncam production ponytail.
Ain't got no edges.
But get chose by who?
Right.
It don't matter. You said mediocre, so I'm saying I was trying to get to what is mediocre. Like,
no, but we don't know that because that's what I'm saying.
To a man,
I'm trying to figure that out now because for me, like,
I never heard of a man being mediocre.
The pedicure is a thing I do. I got skin regimen shit. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a bougie nigga. You can call me what you want. I'm a bougie nigga. I get my pedicures. I got my nails clean. I shape up every week.
But if you didn't do that, you would still get the same hoes.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't agree with you.
Yeah, you would.
I do not agree with that.
Let's do an experiment. This week, don't wash your face.
First of all, that's nasty.
Okay, no, maybe not that. But no, honestly, a man can skip a haircut, and all that's gonna do is bring you from waves to a fuck nigga haircut. And we still like that. You know what the fuck nigga haircut look like.
My partner over here, did you get your haircut this week?
Nah.
See, still gonna get yours.
But I didn't go nowhere either.
Yeah,
still don't matter. You look presentable.
He's not go. You think
we can't walk around if. I could look.
She was about to go there.
Flew off a couple times, and my braids need to be redone. Like I can't walk around with this hat every day. Whereas he's got a different hat probably for every week. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I can't do that.
As a woman.
If my hair ain't done, you're gonna be like, yes, this got some shit going on. That ain't my type. And keep
y'all
going.
already talk about seeing the screen door. Damn, we can't even make it with that.
What screen door?
You know what screen door I'm talking about.
Oh, the facts. I definitely got a problem with it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna keep it a bit.
But she spent probably $360 on that just to come out the house and for a nigga to be like, you see
because she couldn't come out with her natural hair. She couldn't come out with her natural hair because y'all don't fuck with
But why she? Yes, we do. I think
Some.
y'all got the misconception of we don't mess with it.
It depends on who. You never know what nigga you gonna get when you walk outside.
And that's a fact because I will go outside with my natural hair and then I'll go outside with a weave, and I get two completely different demographics that holler at me, and still within black men.
Wait, okay, so what's the demographic when you got natural hair? They're all black, I'm assuming, right?
I said still within black men. So like meaning like what should I say? Categories of black men. Like
You get the super woke nigga.
yes,
At you.
I'll get the grand rising queen.
But don't have no weave and then be blonde. And then if I got weave and be blonde, then you don't love yourself, so you got to go find another nigga. That,
and then if I have the weave, I get the get money gut, the chain piece and chain swing.
I can tell you to stake 48. I bet them other niggas can't take you.
And he wouldn't. And honestly, it'd be that same nigga, and I can go back to let's say the spot in Third Ward, and I see that same piece and chain swinging, and I got my natural hair, and he won't bat an eye to me.
But y'all do understand.
But it'd be that same nigga though. Hold on, that'll turn around and say, I don't see why y'all just can't be natural. I like my women with no makeup, no this, no that. And I'm like, nigga, I seen you and you ain't even look at me.
The lies.
No, Jeremy, makeup or no makeup? Be honest.
Makeup.
Okay,
thank you. Shit,
like
thank
makeup?
you.
I like him. He can't.
Thank you.
I'm not a huge makeup fan, especially when you leaving it on my pillow.
Them
Like,
likes
you
on Instagram say different.
Man, listen, I'm not even on Instagram. Like, I don't even be flirting like that. I'm different.
You ain't got to flirt to like.
To me, if I like your picture, like, if I heart it, and I ain't like, you was killing it on that one, because I keep it scrolling. But
Dang, does people really think that? Because I be going through just so I can stay on people's feed, and I like every single thing.
oh, yeah, you got some niggas out there who be like, yeah, she say she got a man, but she after a nigga.
I
Look at
literally
this
just
4 in
be
a
like
row.
going through
No,
like
facts,
it.
yeah.
Wow, I didn't
Jeremy,
realize that.
quick question: if a chick like 4 or 5 pictures of your shit straight,
That means she
done
on
posted,
your shit.
What you thinking automatically?
I'm shooting.
You gotta shoot.
Yeah.
That's
That's
flirting.
shooting, really? That's shooting?
That's her shooting her shot at you to
Yes.
Okay, so once that happens, what happens then? Do you say something back? No. So then they ain't fucking shooting.
He do.
I slide in the DM.
Boy, let me tell you something.
Wait,
DM
what do you say?
slider.
Do you say
You
what's
talking.
up, and then you went
Never
to her and
mind.
then she had the conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all talking to y'all don't understand. Yeah. Little
I
silent
don't understand
assassin sitting over
Instagram. I
there.
really don't.
I don't understand it either then, because I didn't know that's what that meant.
I
'Cause
didn't either.
It'll be a dude that'll like follow me and then like 50. First of all, it's so fucking annoying. Like me and then like
All your
25 pictures, and I'm just like, damn, all these fucking notifications, stop. And then 2 days later, he'll like, I see the same person followed me again, so that meant you unfollow me to follow me again to get my attention or something. Or,
Just
Yes.
speak.
just speak, yeah.
I mean, but it ain't always that simple for dudes.
Well, that's more complex.
No, but it's because like listen, we live in
Only
it.
thirsty niggas do that though.
Yeah,
They
it's like,
all
I
the
ain't-
pictures
I ain't
they
Well, how many
unfollowing.
pictures does it take to not be a thirsty nigga? 2.
Listen, the
So
most
you
I've
be
ever.
like, y'all got, it's too many rules.
skip
If I look at,
Right.
if I pop on a page, right, I'm like, oh, she's straight. I'm 2 to 3 likes max. Like, this was cool, because I'm not trying to come across as like a dude who's chasing or behind. I just really think you dope and what I see, and I'm also not a Instagram DM jumping. Like I'm more my action in person. I like the conversation. I like to get the vibes. So I don't even want you thinking I like you like that, even though I think you cute. Like if I see you out, then cool. Jeremy tell you remember, I ain't gonna say her name, but you know the little fitness trainer I was after from years ago.
And still ain't shit.
Never shot. But I was like, yo, she cold.
Why you just didn't tell her? I think you are a very attractive woman.
I was like, if I saw her outside, Taylor, it was up.
But he's scared on Instagram.
But what if she don't
It's
go
up.
outside though? So that be the thing. Like, if she's
To-
a
no,
homebody
to
and all
me,
she
it's
does
like-
is working,
To me, it's like I look at it as not being scared. It's more of a situation. You got 900 niggas doing that.
you don't know
But
that
yeah,
though. You
might
guys are
be the one.
assuming.
You might be the one,
You
nigga.
might be the one.
Cool.
No, you're assuming, because a lot of dudes will look at me and Taylor and will be like, man, them motherfuckers there, they got a slick ass mouth, they da-da-da. So niggas automatically assume, because shit, I'm not ugly, she not ugly. Of course, niggas is gonna holler, but if every man has that automatically thought process of, man, she probably got 1,000 niggas hollering her every day.
Facts. I have that process.
And aren't you in?
It's not always true is what I'm saying, because being that every nigga has that process and they're also looking at me as, man, she a stiff ass bitch or whatever they want to call me, then that's the exact reason why I don't have 1,000 niggas talking to me. So you're missing your shot because of that thought process.
She probably wouldn't want somebody who was, I'm not gonna say scared,
I'm not
really cautious,
a little bitch.
too cautious.
Jeremy, you know.
I just want to say this nigga shoot like Ben Simmons and I shoot like Steph Curry on Instagram.
Wow, okay, man, that's how we coming.
Shots fired.
But like on Instagram, that would probably be an actual a perfect depiction in terms of how we navigate our socials. Like, yeah, that's a fact. I stand behind it, but I stand on the fact also that I'm not scared. It's just more of like, I think my chances of making the shot, it exponentially goes up when you meet me in person. It's up in person. I got the personality.
But you might
I'm
not
tall.
never meet her in person.
And I'm one of them dudes who like you know how dudes would be trying to be humble and be like, oh, the height don't matter. Boom, boom. Shit.
I was just
I'm
about to touch
6'6".
on
I'm
that.
light skinned. I got a nice beard. Even though you played me on your show and said it barely connected.
I was
I
about
got
to
it there.
ask, the mediocre is you didn't get drawn in.
Let me keep it a bean with you. It took me 8 years for this, so you gonna let me win.
Did y'all see the dude that was on Twitter? This is so off topic. And he went and he got his hairline redone. Like, did y'all you seen that? And he got he got spent $10,000 on hair follicle surgery to where he got the follicles to grow in or whatever. I'm gonna send it to y'all after this.
Please.
But he was like, man, I told y'all when I got my bands up, I wasn't gonna be playing with y'all hoes. And he posted a picture and it was like the little tape across. So one of the girls, she was like, so is this supposed to grow in or what? And the dude replied and he was like, yeah, it's supposed to grow in. You think I'm about to be out here spending $10,000, bitch? So then another girl wrote back and was like, see, that's why your hairline didn't start growing in the first place, because you got too much negative energy running through your motherfucking head. But the whole interaction is hilarious. But I said that because you said something
would
about
y'all rock with a dude who like was falling
after
off?
it grew in?
No, I'm talking about, let's not even talk about he did the 10,000 hair follicle. Let's say he got the little thing that y'all do, the little screen door thing.
No.
And
I addressed this before.
see, that's a double standard.
No, it's not, because I like you to be bald too.
And she knows what she like. Me personally,
I don't care if you bald.
I would rather you just like cut it off because it's a lot of maintenance and
Yes.
stuff. But if you get it, like, I don't think nothing less of you. That's just what you like to do.
Me neither.
Now, if you come in this week and you started your lock journey and then next week is this long, I do have a problem with that. Like,
I don't.
like, if you just come on, give us something like once a week. Give us some increments. Like, just
They
make
can't
it
put no
work.
fake weaves.
No, but look, that's like you dating. That's like you initially dating a woman and she got long, beautiful, curly hair, right?
Yeah.
And you like bragging to all your niggas like, yeah, man, my bitch bad as fuck.
Yeah.
And then she come in and she just pops up with a fade. You gonna be like,
No,
you picked until I got your ass to start experimenting.
Hey,
but
that
I'm not
happened with me
gonna
when I
hold you
cut
though.
my
I'm
hair
cool with a
last
fade though.
Justin was
I'm
like,
cool
nigga,
with a
you had
fade,
hair when
though.
I met you.
Man, listen, but like, I think y'all got that misguided. Though. I'm cool with a fade. Jeremy, you cool with a fade, right?
Yeah.
I'm so
I
cool
didn't
with a
say
fade.
you
Meet her
weren't.
like that. If you meet her like that.
Right. But then you just like the next day she pop up with absolutely, I'm talking about to the scalp, like
Oh no, I ain't with that. I'm not with that.
bald
A
head.
Caesar? Talking about a Caesar.
She come with a chili bowl. You gonna be like a shag, like all right.
Yeah, I feel you.
All right, bitch.
I really had to just kind of figure out, understand, because like when y'all had the mediocre episode, it made me think. I was like, yo, do I ever half step and be mediocre? And cause I know I do. Like I'll throw on some joggers, like you said, the Nike
But it's
socks
easier
showing.
for you.
It's
nice
just
sneakers,
easier for a man to
Nike
do it versus
tees,
a woman.
and I'll be average as hell.
Let's talk about this. Going to get a wax though, right? Like in the summertime, we gotta stay with our waxes. Or if you do razor, the shaving, then you get razor bumps, and niggas like, oh damn, like you ain't waxed. Like you gotta keep up with that every week, every 2 weeks. You gotta get your eyebrows done. You gotta get your eyelash done every 2 weeks. It's very expensive. Y'all don't have to do all that.
No,
Absolutely.
I'm manscaped, so I disagree.
No,
I
but
keep
it's
mine.
still not as much.
You don't have to go to the
Oh no,
wax
yeah, it's all
center.
self. Yeah, it's
and do all that.
I went to see them wax people one time with my ex, and they did one armpit. I got up. You can have it, my nigga. I'm straight.
Yeah. But you see, like you can do that yourself, and even if you had like a bumpy armpit, nobody's gonna say anything to you. You go to the,
Right.
you go to the pool, and you got bumps all around your legs. Niggas like, the fuck going on with you? Right? Am I right?
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's a
And we
point.
can't just be like, oh, it's just because I left the wet. Nah, hell no.
But also because I think that we as dudes, we like if we toe up. Well, I'm gonna speak for me, and I know I'm speaking for my partner over there. If we toe up, we ain't stepping out. No, if I'm toe up, I'm not good. He ask him what he did this weekend.
Exactly. What is that for you?
If I ain't got a haircut,
okay, one thing.
You know,
line up.
That's the same thing.
No line up, no haircut.
The same thing.
Okay.
What else?
If I ain't really got no fit that I've like
Your
been,
nails ain't you got the same color nails from last week.
But if I put this fit on a few times and it's like, yo, I done crushed him with this and I ain't really got nothing new. I ain't been shopping.
It's really two things: haircut and fit.
But that's what I'm saying. So
and those three.
But we gotta do that plus
that's fit.
more.
You consider that fit.
As women.
Okay, yeah.
So
fit.
It's y'all still ain't gotta go get your eyelashes.
No, it's a lot we have to do.
Waxes, your new hairstyle, your new nail length. Because look, I just glued mine back on because it felt like
it's a
lot.
lot.
Know what I'm saying? It's a lot of maintenance going on. Y'all don't have to do that. So it's easier to just say, you know what, I'm okay with being mediocre and whatever that may look like. I'm gonna wait an extra week to get the fill in.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of leads to where I wanted to go next in terms of like, so I wanted to, we talked offline a little bit about that Cam Newton situation, right?
Okay.
And I specifically held this because this happened about a week and a half ago. Okay. But I knew y'all had already committed to the 24th, so I said, I'm definitely waiting until I get women's perspective. So I'm not even going to, it's out there, right? Cam Newton made comments about, what he thinks. From his opinion, how women should be acting, right? He said, he was like, yo, you're not a nice woman because, you can't cook. You don't know when to be quiet, was his exact words. And you don't know how to let a man lead, was the three things he specifically pointed out. And I just hearing that two women, where did that take y'all?
So, because I watched it in its entirety. He said, you're a bad bitch, but can you cook? And then he said, a woman is always walking around. Is that a hair? My bad, y'all. A woman is always walking around screaming out, they're a bad bitch and they're a bad bitch, whatever. He said he likes women that are bad bitches, not saying it in a bad context, but they're independent. They can hold their own. They can do for themselves. So then when I do meet a woman and she comes with the rah, yeah, I'm a bad bitch because I can do this and I can do that. And I'm like, no, but can you cook? That's the part that had me because it was like, you're already coming on here contradicting yourself. You said exactly what a bad bitch was to you, which was a woman that can hold her own and do for herself. Then you turned around and said, bitches running around talking about, yeah, because I got this and I got that, but can you cook? Okay, nigga. Can you build a house? And that's why you do hear women that say that because it's like, stop. They're not comparable. You said a bad bitch is somebody that can hold her own. Yeah, I can hold my own and I can buy a chef. And I can hold my own and I can buy food.
And I feel like, it really bothers me when people say that, reducing somebody down to their ability to survive with a basic life skill. Nigga, can you cook?
Can you build a house?
The fuck?
Can you wash clothes? Can you iron?
Throw them back. Can you cook?
No.
You gonna make some tacos and some chicken wings?
Let me stop. I'm gonna take that somewhere else.
But
I mean, so for me, where initially where I placed my thought, and then Jeremy, I'll kick it to you to see how you feel. But for me, it started off being his preference, and whenever somebody tells me their preference, I'm usually okay. That's why I didn't think I thought the backlash was harsh that he got. I'm just gonna stand where I stand with that. Okay. I thought his backlash was harsh because he opened that by saying that's his preference. Like,
well, okay,
to have a woman that can cook,
but
know how to listen and let him lead.
Why don't he just go?
No. But then I have to say this. He also equated that to, they asked him, okay, let's hold men accountable. Remember that part? And he said, okay, well, being a man is being a real one. So being a real one is somebody that's
stuff. Remember,
being a real one, no sucker shit. What is sucker shit? He didn't define that. So you're saying that being a bad bitch is equating to being a woman that can hold her own and can cook and know how to shut up and let a man lead. Being a man, he didn't even say nothing about fucking. Being a man is not being on no sucker shit. What? Those are two things that you cannot even compare. So I got to do all these different things, and all you have to do as a man is not no. But listen to what he said. The only thing he said is a man don't need to be on no sucker shit. They asked him, so what does that mean? You not being on social media and just having money and then you know what I'm saying? You just, you know what I'm saying? Sucker shit. That's literally what he said. Nothing with substance. I can't take anything from what he said because it was like, oh, okay. I gotta cook, clean, do this and do that, and you just can't be on no sucker shit. What?
I'm gonna let you go, Jeremy.
Needs, and I took that as and fuck at the same time. Like he wants a concubine.
Yeah,
I don't think the backlash was harsh because Cam Newton, the same nigga that left his girl for a stripper.
He left his old lady for a stripper.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that part. But that's a mute point to what I'm talking about. Because let me ask y'all this question. everybody when they see sucker shit know how to identify sucker shit, right?
Depending on what you think sucker shit is.
That's what I was gonna ask. What is sucker shit?
Okay, so from a man's perspective, sucker shit is gonna be the lying, the cheating, the sucker shit is not being saying you can carry your own, but then when you get a woman, you can't even take care of her in her basic needs. I ain't even talking about paying all her bills. I'm being there emotionally for being stable. So for me, when he said sucker shit, as a man, my mind already went to the possibilities of what he was talking about from a sucker shit standpoint.
But that was from your perspective, because as he just said, if you look at things from your perspective and you try to engage that with somebody else, it's not going to be factual. It's just going to be perspective related. Now, if you look at Cam Newton and see his previous endeavors with women and so on and so forth, like you sent, it was a woman that was a sports analyst or whatever, and she was asking him a question. Hey, when it comes to, people that were running drills and doing this and doing that, he literally sat there and he went,
I know about that.
Oh yeah, I'm just laughing because it's so funny to me that you're a woman and you're talking about sports.
Yeah, asking about rights. I remember that.
So you already know he's misogynistic. Yeah. So being that I have that in my brain about you, no, I can't correlate all those beautiful, wonderful things that you said would hold a man to being sucker shit. I don't think that's him.
So okay, so the problem is with the message and not the message.
Absolutely.
So now where I wanted to go with it though is if in 2022 a dude can't have an expectation of cooking from his woman, what can we have expectations of?
Time out, y'all are two totally different men, and I'm only gonna say that because of y'all's tax bracket.
Well, I'm just talking about a dude in general.
If he was looking for somebody to be a partner, they can hire
a chef.
Now on our levels,
yeah, I'm talking about us down here.
I think we're not.
I think that women will look at what he said on our levels, right, and find an equivalent to that. Meaning, a dude needs to be earning close to what he is, or can take care of all her bills, and that's completely okay. But we can't come into this conversation and be like, yo, I need a meal sometime.
If he is coming at me and he's taking care of all my bills and everything, absolutely you'll get a meal. If you knew I can cook. If I can't cook, then that just is what it is.
And I'm gonna say
you can give me cooking lessons or something, shit.
And I'm, me. It all depends on your relationship. There are no gender roles in my relationship.
Gotcha.
I don't do the cooking,
and it ain't the 1950s. I think a lot of his perspective was coming from old school love, which is still fine. I don't have anything wrong with that, but you can't mix too much of old school ideologies into 2022 because we're not on the same playing field anymore. It's not that. Back then, grandma was probably barefoot and pregnant, and that's your frame of reference that you're dealing with here. We're not that anymore, nigga. You got the same 9 to 5 that I do.
So that's why I was asking, what's the equivalent?
Since we're talking about it.
So we ain't talking about cooking, though the cooking thing was off the table. My question now is like, okay, so how do men come to the table and have our expectations? Because that's where I wanted to go with the conversation.
But you know what your preferences are, right? So you let your needs be known in the beginning.
Absolutely.
I'm looking for a partner that does da-da-da-da-da. I can do X, Y, Z, and I need somebody that completes me here. Same thing with us. Like, I'm not looking for nobody to come pay my bills right now. I need somebody.
Although it would be nice.
It would be nice. I need somebody who's emotionally compatible with me. I need somebody who's I can have a conversation with because I got a podcast. I don't want to sit up here and I'm talking all the time. You just like, I need somebody who can engage with me. I need somebody who likes to go travel now to different countries, not just the Caribbean. I want to go to Asia. I
still ain't got my passport
and all
yet,
that
but
stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I need. Yeah. So I think you need to just let that be known in the beginning. That way y'all aren't wasting each other's time. Like, I'm past the whole, he tall, he got nice hair, and the nigga could drive a Mercedes. Okay, now what?
And past the he got money shit, because there's a lot of women. Can I throw a whole tip in there? 'Cause here it goes.
Yeah.
A lot of women go after these men that have the bag. Child. And my biggest thing is, because I'm not going to say I have a friend, I have an associate that always goes after men with the bag. And I'm like, that's cool, but what did he buy you? What did he do for you?
Is he spending it?
No, on him. Well, he took me to Saltgrass.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but
he drives a Mercedes, this and that. But you pulled up in a Camry.
Yeah.
He didn't even get your Uber, the Uber X.
But okay.
You came in Uber pool. Like, are you kidding me?
Listen, Jeremy, you hearing this, right? Like, why is that not okay for him to only spend his money on him?
No, you missed the point.
Thank you. You missed the point.
Why do you want that? If he's not contributing to you, he's literally just showing up and you're there and he does nothing for your life.
Yeah, because you're making our point that we be screaming on here. Because it's like, yo, I don't care what I earn. Like, you ain't earned it yet. You ain't earned it to get from me yet. right? Like, I don't give a damn if I'm making $250,000 a year, if I'm making $300K, if I'm making $8 million a year, whatever it is. Like, if I choose to spend that on me, it's because I've deemed that we ain't at the level where you deserve.
Bitch, you weren't with me shooting in the gym
at all, and I stand on that.
Facts.
Like, it is what it is.
Facts.
Right? Like, because at the end of the day, you do all that stuff, and then you know how dating is now, right? 3 months in, y'all feel like you done learned the person, and it's like, yo, I don't like how you do all this stuff, and a lot of that shit be fixable. And then but you dip, right? And then now in them 3 months, I done took you on a couple trips. We done had crazy, lavish dinners. You know, you got your back blown out on a balcony and all this stuff. But then you gone, like like it's over with. Because to get that, if I'm doing that with a woman, I fuck with you.
I know. I'm like, damn. Who just got their back broke?
No, I'm just saying. You know, I'm talking about from y'all perspective. You know,
now I'm gonna go to his old pictures. Like, look through the comments. Which one is hoes?
I'm not speaking of me. I'm talking about when women are online.
Who hurt you?
They'll be like, nah, so y'all know what it is. I'm talking about from a woman's perspective when they be like, I'm waiting for a man to take me on the trip and I want to get my back blown out on the balcony and all this stuff that
yourself,
you see.
Right?
I can't break my own back out.
I'm saying
the rose can only do so.
If you expecting all that, I'm saying you gotta earn that. That's relationship
Okay, you know
vibes.
what? So now, no. Okay, so question. Because I've heard a lot of men say, you know, I just had this conversation 2 nights ago with 2 random guys I've never met before in my life. And one of the guys was saying, why is it that, because he was like, I can tell you have a type A personality. I was like, I do. He was like, well, do you know how to submit? I do. Well, do you know how to let a man lead? Now, the whole time I'm like, bitch, that's the same thing. But I'm like, yes, I do. And he's like, well, then why is it that women with type A personalities like you pick and choose when they're going to decide to submit to a man? So to correlate with what you're saying, it's like we women would be a fool, you know, excuse me, to run around just submitting to everybody. And, oh, baby, I'm gonna cook for you, and oh, baby, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna rub your back, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that.
Every nigga baby.
All right, Nevadius, what's his last name?
Demond
Wilburn, aka Future Hendrix. We ain't trying to be in that situation. You do it. We
do no future bashing on this show, baby. But go ahead.
Not bashing it. I mean, I don't want to be Nevadius' 12th baby mama because I decided to rub this nigga's back and I'm doing this and I'm doing that because he got the bag or whatever the situation is. My thing was, as a man, in 2022 at this big age, you get to go to work as a man and you show up as a man, right? We're going to take out the whole trans situation and all he, she, them, they out of this. You show up as a man. When you go home, you can still be that man. When you go to school, you can still be that man. And when you go home, you're still that man and you get treated as such. As a woman, when we go to work, we can have the same career as you.
And then can I add to that too?
Hold on. Yes, but I'm going to show up as a woman, but I have to be that tough role woman like you do when you show up to work, right? So then when we go to school, we also have to be that tough woman in school so we don't get shitted on when we go anywhere we go except when we go home. Now we got to take all these different masks off as women to submit to you. So we didn't ask for this role of having to be your equal counterpart in showing you why I should make as much as you and trying to be your equal partner. But you can be a man as a man as a man as a man as a man. You get where I'm going with this? Like, does it make sense? So now I do have to show you that I can submit, but it's hard to do so when I have to be this tough woman all the time on the outside. You can still show up as that same tough man and go home as that same tough man and expect for me to submit.
Taylor, I'm going to let you get to exactly what you want to say, but I just want to add what you're saying. I partially agree with because, yes, you know, we have to, we can show up as men. However, the way black men face the world is there is masks that we put on too. And I wasn't
getting into that. All I said is just a man. I don't care if you're a white man. At the end of the day,
it is different as a black man.
I get that. We're not going to down the fact that we're black people here. Yeah. The fact that I was getting at was, if we're talking about from an equal standpoint, a man can always show up as his authentic self in every single situation and come home as that same man. The woman has to be tougher, harder, play smarter, and all that shit just to equate to you guys from a paying scale, from a showing you that you're not going to down talk me and all that shit. Right. But then you want submission. That's the point that I was getting at. So I have to take all of those masks off and then kind of reset and, you know,
come home and be a whole different
be
person,
a whole
to appease
different
your
person.
ego. And when y'all
That's where
traditionally
submission
don't
comes in
even
at.
come in and show up as your soft self. You talked about being emotionally equipped in a relationship. Men have been so hard all the time that when you come home, sometimes y'all niggas bring that shit home, and guess what? I gotta match that same energy.
Yep.
I can't be submissive because you're still coming at me like I'm one of your niggas. And I'm not. So it's like y'all not doing what y'all are asking for. And when you're able to come out and show that you are a
Reciprocated energy.
leader and I can be submissive, then I'll come back and I'll rest in my femininity, which we talked about in the
Absolutely.
beginning. But y'all don't give us that space to do so.
And listen, I
Drops mic.
I can't argue against y'all two experiences. I'll never do that because the way y'all experience men, I'll never understand because I don't experience men at all in that.
I don't think it's
right?
about experiencing men. I think it was just base level. This is how
And
we
this is
live.
even, I grew up
period.
with my dad and my brothers. Even seeing them coming home, I'm the only girl in the house. They still come to me. They talk to me like I'm a nigga. So I talk to everybody else like they niggas.
Right.
Like,
I get it.
I think y'all are so used to being macho niggas out there that y'all don't provide a safe space traditionally, which is why we have these young boys growing up. And even Future, we can go back to him. He said he never saw that emotional intelligence portion.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of toxic masculinity in the black community, which is why we don't come off as submissive. But when y'all provide that space, trust me, I'm going to fucking relax because I get tired of having to be superwoman.
That was
all
the point
day.
I was trying to get at when I was saying I wasn't trying to equate black men and making it different. What I was saying is that the fact that we face the world and have these masks, like we want to walk in our home and feel like that's the one place we do have control over. And I would think, and this is just me thinking, not control in terms of like saying do what I say. Control as in like this is my space, and you know if I got a partner, we gonna figure this shit out together, right? But I want to be the lead. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a man, yes, I want to leave my house, but I also understand how to do that. But my point is that I would think in a woman's mind that since you're doing all this, showing up as the superwoman at work, showing up as the superwoman everywhere else, when you walk in the house, that's the first thing you want to do is let your hair down and take the mask off.
But you know what?
That's
When
the
we
point I
do
was
it,
trying to make.
when we do it, and I can say this, growing up with men, having a partner, having brothers, the moment that I've tried to be vulnerable, it's like, oh, you're not here to support me anymore. Nigga, I just need a mental break right now. Like, I can't be all those people you need me to be. And like, I think y'all are so used to, and LaToya Luckett talked about it, y'all are so used to seeing black women show up and do everything without complaining that when she finally doesn't do something, y'all are like, this bitch weak. She crying about working 2 jobs. My mom did it. My sister does it. Your mom and sister don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But they do it because they have to. And they shut up because it's like, who's going to listen?
It's tough being a man, huh?
It's the
I'm saying that's real.
But no,
that's
you,
real.
no, you want to hear
Because
something?
that's what we've been doing for
But let me go
forever.
ahead and touch on that. So I'm pregnant, right? I'm 32 weeks, and I've been applying for jobs, right? But virtually, y'all can't see the belly.
Yeah.
Soon as I get hired, or as soon as I have the conversation, oh yeah, I'm gonna go on maternity leave soon. They're like, damn, that's some fucked up shit. Why
Yep.
would you come in and trick me? But let my partner say I'm about to expect a baby.
It don't
Oh
change
man, that's
nothing.
amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's so
Changes
exciting.
nothing.
They're so nice to you guys, and we're just doing the natural shit that we naturally are born
Yeah.
to do, and it's a problem.
Yeah.
So it is hard being a woman. I'm not gonna say man, it's hard being a woman because y'all want
Yeah.
us. It's hard being a woman that has to be independent. I'm not gonna say it's hard being a woman at all because some women get to rest in their femininity, and us as black women, unfortunately, we don't get to do that.
Yeah. Well, but my point of saying
Are we
it's
gonna
hard
be
being a
resting in
man
the
is
back of the Maybach crying?
and Jeremy, you probably can agree. My point of saying it's hard being a man, right? Is like everything you just heard they saying, right? You probably started having to be that at 10, 11, 12, right?
Yeah, as
Don't
men,
cry.
we was
Be a
brought
man.
up to be hard.
Right?
Like even as kids, don't cry. If you
Right.
if you have mental health problems, you soft. You'll be all right.
Yeah. So when I heard y'all going off like that, in my head it's like they're experiencing what y'all said. I'm like, damn, I've been facing that. I've been experiencing that. So I know it's hard. I understand what y'all saying, but that's why I was like, is it fair? Absolutely not. However, there's a gray area that we have to find somewhere.
Absolutely.
Right?
I agree.
There's
So
a gray
it's a
area we
black
got to find.
issue. We'll
Yes,
agree on
I 100% agree.
Okay.
Because by and large, black women and black men, we are at the bottom of that totem pole. And then what I think, in my opinion, is that we're left to do is like they're looking at us at this world like leave them bottle feeders down there and look at them. They're gonna fight amongst each other too much to even come up. Right? And that goes to like even the earlier arguments talking about you have to be all these women to face this shit, and then I come home and then you got to go at it with your dude. That's exactly where they want us at.
Well, no.
Because
So
you
what?
don't grow there at that point.
I was getting. I never wanted to come into the conversation. Not saying that you're saying that I did, as you guys never had it hard because we get that. But I think that in order for us as Black women to be able to give you guys that safe place, that home, like we touched on this our last episode, I said that in order for a man to feel like he's home with a woman has to be home for a man. Meaning we have to be that safe space for him. So if you allow us to do that authentically, then it's going to happen. But I think in 2022, like I said from the beginning, in this great age of not being in the 1950s or whatever everybody's correlating these little relationships to, you can have all the preferences you want in 2022 as a man. But does it make sense? Does it make sense for you to require your woman that works the same 8 hours as you, that has to bear these children that you don't bear, that has to take care of these kids that you don't take care of, and that has to still be your safe place, to add all these different extra barriers on her because you guys still want these old gender roles of cooking and cleaning and this and this and that. If it doesn't make sense, then do what works for you, which is hire somebody.
Right.
No, you know what? In 2022, my wife doesn't have to know how to cook, but goddamn it, she can raise the hell out of a child. Goddamn it, she can take care of me and my needs. And when I'm sad, I know I can come to her because she's my safe place. I think once we get to that, that's the gray area. Everybody's still trying to black and white. We not in 1950.
It's like we don't trust each other.
Oh, 100% agree. 100%. So, like, for me, every time I deal with a woman, is I am trying to understand exactly what you just said.
Good.
Like, how in the
That's
hell
the problem.
do I learn to deal with you and figure out what ticks you off, what makes you happy? And my patience is immaculate. But I can wait. You know what I'm saying? You can scream at me all day. I'm that nonchalant. Like, son, you finished? Can we talk? Like,
No, motherfucker, I'm not.
Like,
and another motherfucking thing.
But that's my
Don't
point.
ask me my done,
It's like,
goddamn.
but like after so long on some son, you finished. Can we do this? And you never bring it down. It's like, yo, I gotta let you be
Well,
who
stop
you are.
asking me, am I done? Because, bitch, I'm not.
But you, so
Have y'all ever thought about this? Sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I told my friend the other day, I was like, have y'all thought about going on dates to see a therapist? Have y'all thought
I
about that?
really
like
do
a
believe in
therapist
that.
date?
Yes.
You know what? No. I thought.
Not like a first date.
I think people need to have, before you have marriage counseling, I think people need to honestly, like, see some type of therapist during the dating process. Especially if that's somebody that
Together?
you're starting to consider.
Yeah, couples therapy.
Yes.
So I'll tell you this why. Because when we first started couples therapy,
interesting.
the first thing they do, they go, you know your love language, you know your love language? Okay, cool. And then she don't say nothing. Then she listens to us, like, what we're complaining about, and she goes, well, Taylor's love language is this, and you didn't do this when you did this, so you're not meeting her needs. Oh, his love language is this, and when you do this and I'm not touching him, you're literally not meeting him in his love language. So y'all will never communicate until you start learning how to meet each other's needs. And that has helped us through so much shit.
That's dope. I like the concept. Jeremy, quick question. In a relationship stage, like, let's say you 6 months in, like, what's your initial thoughts of saying, hey, shorty, let's go see a therapist? Like, would that be, or if she mentioned it to you, it can be either way. Is that something that you think makes sense as like 6 months, a year into it?
No, I'm
never
going to see a therapist.
You say you never going to see one?
All right, well, on that note,
My man say never, but
Wait,
let
did
me
we
tell you
zoom
what-
in on him when he said that?
we gonna run that back. You say you what?
That's real though. That's a
never
real
gonna see a
emotion,
therapist.
and I want to explore that for a minute. But the reason why is because it's
Anybody
like, to
that
me,
would like to offer
6
free
months
therapy, please
in,
tap
it's
in.
like I got to start hearing about a bunch of these traumas.
Not necessarily.
I'm not saying
no.
6 months.
No, but I'm saying
year,
go. You can go.
whatever.
No.
Why waste time?
But what I'm saying, it's not even. You don't have to do it trauma. You can literally go and then she'll help you guys. So if our love language, we all like to talk. We got a talk show. Is acts of words of affirmation. So we're dealing with somebody who's very quiet, and that's not their love language. Then that'll let us know. One, we either are wasting our time, or two, if I really like this person, I'm gonna have to work to meet them in their need, and they're gonna have to work, and you'll see if they're working to meet you in your need. Like that's
Okay.
all that is.
It's a learning process.
Yeah, it's not gonna sit up here and say, "Oh man, you got daddy issues, run." Like no, it's
That's where my head went. I'm being real with
there's
you.
so many
But I never
different
thought
uses
about
of
it on that
therapy.
level.
Yeah.
When I thought about therapy, it was like, okay, I'm getting ready. I understand it from like when I became a fiance and I had a fiance, right? it was something that made sense, and then going into a marriage, it made sense. But like, just to have a girlfriend, I've never thought about it on that level.
It'll also help anybody just trying to learn the tools. They provide you the tools to learn how to be a better person, because we are older and set in our ways.
Yep.
So we're going to keep doing some of the shit unconsciously that we've been doing in our previous relationships. And they'll tell you, you know what, maybe Taylor, when you tell people shut the fuck up, that hurts their feelings.
Yeah, facts.
My therapist
you've been
told
doing
me
it for so long.
Right, she told me, she was like, you kind of harsh when you talk to people. So I think now, I go, you know what?
Let me
I don't
not
need
say
to say
that.
that.
Jeremy, let me ask you
True
something.
life does work on it, and that helps not only the relationships with your partner,
With other people.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, bro, because you made a point. Like, so what initially makes you say you're not effing with the therapy? Like,
The only way I'd go see a therapist if like the relationship is ending or something like that, and we trying to work it out.
That's too late.
That's too late.
Y'all gotta go when it's good.
So you don't think you can fix it if he take his route? You think it's 9 times out of 10 you can't fix
guess what?
it?
He can't think for her, so she might show up just on one thing, but she might already have one foot out the door and is like, you know what? He got one more motherfucking time, and he thinks he's still learning how to do what the therapist said. I'm trying, and she's like, I'm sorry, I already got 25 ticks.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
As a woman, I would take you only going to therapy or bringing that up now as a manipulative approach to keep me. Because you didn't want to do therapy before, why you bringing it up now? Now you see me about to leave, I feel like you just trying to do that to keep me.
Yeah,
if I can't have you, can't nobody have you. So let's go talk to the lady.
And listen, I'll be man enough to tell you, like, from a relationship, just be having a girlfriend. Not one time in my big old age of 36 if I thought like, yo, I got a chick I'm just dating. Let's go see. I'll be honest, I never thought about it.
You may like and may want to take.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Never got. Therapy only kicked in for me when it was time to get to the marriage stage.
You know, I think we don't even have to just say therapy, because clearly not all black men like to hear that word. So you can even, I've done on my own different things, like let's say you start dating a woman. We all know what love languages are, right?
Yeah.
But let's say you encounter somebody that doesn't. Would you then look it up, send them the test, and ask them to take it? Little things like that. You going above and beyond to try to figure them out, I think is still therapy in itself. It's just doing the work to try to make it work.
I don't know. Listen, I'm well versed in love. Like, I had a chick ask me a couple of days ago. She was like, she asked me what my sign was, and then she's like, do you know what your moon and your sin is? And I kicked all my shit.
At least she did that.
I ran into her. Like, she was like, oh, you in
What time was you born?
Hey, did you see that thing? He's like, Mom, what time was I born? She said, leave her
that bitch alone. Leave that bitch alone.
Leave her alone.
She finna put a spell on your bitch ass.
You touched on something that you said really quickly, because I want to get back to the. I have a question around avoiding accountability, because I think that ties into the therapy conversation.
Okay.
But before that, I want to talk about the preferences thing. You was talking about men can have all the preferences they want. And I don't know, Jeremy, how do you feel like it? Like, do you feel now if we go to women, and because they talk about this honesty, right? Let's say you, bro, you're going to be like, yeah, shorty, you cool, but I really just want to, not saying you would say this, but I really just want somebody light skinned with natural hair. You think that that's accepted though? Like,
why the fuck are you even telling me this? Why did you approach me? That's stupid as hell.
No, it could be him getting approached, right? I'm saying if the blatant honesty of his preferences come back, and we give that message to you.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Why would that not make sense?
Had a female
Why did you have to say that? You could have just been like, no, thank you.
Chicks tell us all day they want somebody with money. To our face.
I've had a chick tell me
Having
she
money
don't like
is something
light-skinned
you
guys.
can change. Your skin color is something you cannot. That does not equate.
He just said he had a woman tell him she don't like light-skinned dudes.
She didn't have to say that either. Because it came from a woman doesn't change the fact that she didn't have to say that. Men love to equate money with something that's not equatable. If I tell you, I'm sorry, I don't like light-skinned women, and then her rebuttal is, well, I don't like broke niggas, I can go out and get some money. She's still gonna be light skinned when I come back. That's not equatable. We always doing this. Why do we keep that be the problem too? We keep trying to make these situations. They don't correlate.
Let's change this just so I can hear what he's trying to say. So say you walk up and say, I'm sorry, I only date Latina women. A bitch that speak Spanish. Go. What was the question?
I was trying to stop from saying a white woman, but since we there, let's say, bro, say, hey, shorty, I really only mess with white women. He a black man, right? Okay. Like, cool.
I'm gonna say, beat it, Tom.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gonna have all these negative comments, so when you can just,
you gotta be a certain type of nigga though to say shit.
My point is like, it's very hard to just express. Like, y'all want the honesty, but if you get the brunt honesty of what dudes really want to tell y'all, It's gonna be a whole different conversation and an argument if we take that route.
Say it. Y'all say it. Why do you think Kevin Samuels is so popular? Y'all say it all the time.
I don't even think you
Kevin Samuels
telling me
is not
that.
the norm.
You telling me that still doesn't change anything. Is the point that I'm making. When we're saying you can have all the preferences in the world, I mean in the woman that you want. I'm not talking about you just a woman randomly coming up to you saying, "Hey, can I get your number?"
Stuff,
I'm
right?
sorry, I only date Latina women.
Just physical is just one aspect. There's other. Like, you could not want to deal with a woman that has daddy
Multiple kids.
issues
That
or
makes
multiple
sense.
kids,
Right.
or there's a bunch of. I'm just talking about
that makes
preferences.
sense.
But I think to her point, y'all could have way more preferences than we can. The pool is limited for us.
I wasn't even getting to that. I just meant you're saying these preferences for one that just it don't matter. Like me coming to you saying, "Hey, I'm trying to holler at you. I think you're really cute," right? One of the preferences you say is, "Oh, I'm sorry, I only date Latina women." Okay, cool. I leave. Now me telling you, "Hey, I want to date you," and you like, "I think you cute too." Boom, we got past that. I'm getting somewhere, right? But then when you find out I have a kid, you like, that's a deal breaker for me. That's what I mean as preferences. Preferences within the women that you're trying to date. If I get you to the point where I think you a bad bitch, as Cam Newton says, and then I'm like, "But can you cook?" Those are preferences, not something that I can't change. I can't change. I'm not going to turn around and be Latina.
But
to me, that don't.
Even the cooking standpoint, right? That was an issue for y'all, right?
No, I can cook shit.
My issue wasn't the cooking.
Straight up.
My issue wasn't the cooking. My issue was.
Well, I make some ramen noodles in a heartbeat.
Oh,
My
man, here
issue
she got
was-
2022 cooking. Go ahead.
My issue was him
Chicken,
bringing
beef,
a
or steak.
woman down to a basic life skill. That was my
Okay.
issue. My issue also was you want to talk about all this shit. You can literally you can find the perfect woman if she can't cook, or let's say she can't fucking paint or whatever. She can't do something. You can hire somebody to do that at your level. So you're going to disregard everything she's worked for. Say she's an NP. Say she's got her JD. Say she works out. She's like the baddest. She ain't had no kids. She go to church every Sunday. Does community service. And then you say, "But the bitch can't cook. I'm sorry, I can't do it." It's like, wow, you missed out on the whole thing because...
Yep.
Yeah, right.
And she can't shut up. Well, damn, nigga,
yeah,
neither
and
can
then
you,
she doesn't shut up
apparently.
either.
Shit.
I
I'm
mean-
supposed to sit down and listen to your ass talk in this fucking...
I'll be honest with you. Like, for me, like, it's so me speaking on this is like, of course, I'm bringing a man. So I'll tell you, I'll give you my last situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was a compatibility issue with us.
Okay.
By and large. Okay. We vetted that out. I was with her from 09 till my divorce was in 17, right? So that was time in, right? And understanding that. And like what worked for our relationship was the partnership stuff you talked about. Like literally she left from her mom's house at her big old age of 26 or whatever to living with me. And like her mom, that was her princess, only child. So didn't really wash no clothes herself. Didn't know how to cook. She can clean up. She was cool with all that. But like that, as the man, I'm training her to be like, dang, sweetheart, like I'm doing all these clothes, washing all these clothes. I'm the cook of the house. We split the cleaning, but I knew that going in, and I was cool with that. Okay. My point is like there was a conversation and there was a partnership. There was never an expectation of, nigga, all these bills yours and these responsibilities, right? So as myself, Caleb, I can look at a situation and be like, yeah, partnerships make sense, not just monetarily, but just to run a household and a family in general, there's partnerships. But there's men out there like the Cam Newtons who have that that very traditional expectation of wanting a woman to come into his life. And that's why I said I didn't agree with his backlashes, because it started with his preference. And that's why I was going with what I was saying is he wants somebody that's going to cook, that's going to listen, that's going to let him lead. And I think that's okay.
It's the way he worded it. Because it's okay to say, that's what I want. It's over here going, you a bad bitch, but you can't. It's like now you're degrading her because she lacks this skill set. So like he could have said, I need my woman to cook because I enjoy watching somebody cook. This is why it reminds me of this, and I want to have these experiences. There's nothing wrong with. I have no problem with wanting my woman to cook if I had a woman, or my man. You know what I'm saying? Like if he whatever. Like there's nothing wrong with that. It was just the way that he worded it.
That kind of tapped into one little thing where on the second part where it was another podcast I was talking about, and the girl was like, "You're a freaking athlete, dude. Just stick to talking about sports."
That rubbed me the wrong way too.
It rubbed me the wrong way.
She hit me
only because that's like telling President Barack Obama, "I never want to hear you talk about sports." Bitch, he watches sports, so he can talk about whatever he wants to talk about.
Right.
However, I think that people, when they come on these platforms, like we know, we're all people that are uploading all of our thoughts onto the internet.
Right.
Be ready for the backlash.
Absolutely.
What
100%
irritates
agree.
me about people is that they'll get on there and they'll speak their truth, and then as soon as they get the backlash is, I am so sorry. I never meant to offend any of you women because when I did it, I did it.
Do y'all think he should
Can't-
apologize?
No, well, he's done it before though.
He apologized for
When
this
it
too.
came to that, see what I mean?
he
Like,
apologized for
nigga,
this too.
either you mean it or you don't. But again, you got to watch what you're doing. Now that's where I did feel her. If you're an athlete, stick to talking about sports online, because nigga, you finna lose endorsements, you idiot.
Yeah.
You've done it before, so it's like this is not your first merry-go-round. It's just you're about to lose endorsements again because now you're being targeted as a misogynistic asshole.
Yeah. I mean,
When you do have a brand to protect, you have to be careful.
You have
But
to.
if
You
it's
have
just
to.
us, I mean, come on, you can talk about it like you want.
Right, because who are y'all? This you, yep.
we got brands too. They just
I'ma
not on
stick
that
beside
level,
it.
right? But
Hey, I want to
get
ask,
it.
what's your preference?
What's my preference?
Cancel.
No, my I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wait, hold on. He got a brand new.
No, hey, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like the emotional stability aspect is the top notch for me. Like, I don't care how, like, and trust me, I love a good looking woman, and all that shit is subjective. Because there's plenty of times, bro, and you tell me, I be like, my nigga, I found me one, and you be like, not really. You know what I'm saying? It's like subjective, right? So, but like if you can tap into the intellect and we can have conversations, like I want to be able to be like, yo, throw some sweats on real quick. I'm finna come pick you up, put a playlist on, and smoke one with you. That's a vibe for me, right? I got this idea I've been thinking about. Can I run this across, and can you like, and not just listen and be like, you know how niggas are. We'll yeah you to death. Oh, for real, I hear you, shorty. We are, but like, can you add substance back to it, right? So
I want to ask you something. What's your preference if they weren't here?
same thing.
Oh, because it sounds like
Same thing. I mean, listen,
mean
I'm
physically?
never going to look. No,
Yes.
I'm never going to not say looks don't matter. I'll never lie to you. Absolutely. What I'm saying is, if you the coldest chick ever and you can't add any substance to me, I'm not gonna be with you long.
That's because we're in a different stage in life, though, right?
Right, 100%. Like, my 25-year-old me don't give a damn about what you thinking. Being honest with you,
though.
right? I'll be real. So at 30, I'm speaking as a 36-year-old man, because like I got shit I'm building, I got money I'm trying to save, I got money I'm trying to invest, I got a brand I'm trying to protect, I got things I'm trying to buy that's gonna make me more money. Right? There's a whole different mindset at 36 than when I was 26. So for me, you have to come in helping me protect that, and knowing that I'm gonna help you protect whatever you come into this situation with. So to answer your question, that's number one. But then after that, well, at the same time as that, because I ain't gonna say after, you gotta make me feel like, oh yeah, when we pop out,
You wake up.
yeah, no, you not necessarily wake up, but like when we pop out, we finna kill it, and kill it is subjective to us. That's why I said, like, niggas, there's been plenty of times where you be like, yeah, she a 7, son, she a 6. And you hurt my little feelings, but I'm like, I'm gonna stick beside her. She cool, you feel me? Like that's just always been me, you know? So like, I don't have a problem with telling women that, nah, we ain't gonna fit the bill. Like, not
Now,
like that.
I want to ask you, just because, no shade, you seem a little superficial. So
right, because that
Get
was
his
my
ass.
next
your
question.
preference? Like, so she looked good, she fine, past all that. What else is a qualifier for you?
I like a woman with ambition, woman that works out, good sense of humor, because I think I'm funny.
Okay.
That's about it. We just got a vibe.
She ain't got to be smart or nothing like that?
Yeah, she gotta
Nah,
be
just
smart.
ambition.
I honestly believe that, like, we understand intelligence going
she
in.
think she
He said,
going
long
somewhere.
she funny and she look good. Basically, that's
Long
what
as she thinks she going somewhere in
Hey,
life.
Jeremy, I wouldn't put it past you, bro. She could be the dumbest doorknob,
he
but
said,
bro.
I got the bill, baby, you good. That's all I heard.
But she got dreams though.
Nah, but listen, hey, I appreciate y'all so much for kicking in. My last thing I did want to tap in before we go into bro talk, because I know I wanted to ask y'all if y'all tapped into that DJ Envy and his wife situation.
I
Really
seen
quickly.
it and I scrolled past.
It was a situation. It's a book, so I'm just gonna paint a real quick picture. They wrote a book, and it's a tell-all book about relationships and to help people grow, right? But as the internet does so very well, they create sound bites, right? And so she was talking about how it took 10 years for him to really make her orgasm and feel like comfortable in bed. However, the soundbite leaves out the fact that she was talking about from age 16 to 26, right? So that's the 10-year situation. But my thing is like, the question I want to go to is like, even, I don't give a damn what level we at, like, is that something that y'all feel like that's for the world? Or is that more like bedroom talk between you and your partner?
I personally think it opens up the conversation to let men know, like, you need to check in with your woman, because a lot of y'all are very like, oh, did you come? Did you come? Nigga, if you had to ask, no, I didn't. Again, it's like, because and then you just assume, and some of you go, oh, well, that's a you problem. Oh, well, I mean, we're not sexually compatible because Joe down the street hits it every time. So it's like, you know, I think it's something, if you want to please learn to please your woman, okay, what do I need to do? What am I doing wrong? Like, how can I help you get to that next level? I think it's good to open up that conversation, because a lot of y'all are very selfish in the bed. So, and he's talking about stuff with his wife. So, like, I think it was an appropriate thing for them, because if some people who weren't married came out and had that conversation, it's like, oh, these just some little horny freaks talking, and nobody wants to pay attention.
I didn't have a problem with it. I just wanted to get from a woman's perspective too, like what y'all do. But for me, it's like I 100% agree that sex should be a conversation that's just as healthy in the conversation as it is as finances.
Yeah.
If you comfortable talking about your finances in a relationship, you should be talking about how we please each other sexually in a relationship.
But you know, people don't talk about finances either. People just kind of skim over. As long as the bill's getting paid, they think it's getting paid, and then when it's a issue. When the recession does come, or when inflation does come, why are we living differently? People don't want to have that conversation authentically. So I think those are both two very important things to talk about.
Jeremy, your chick write a book tomorrow, if you had one, hypothetically speaking, and she was like, man, it took this dude 3 years to make me come. Are you feeling a way about that?
I'm cursing out.
You know what?
Straight up cursing out.
You going off on that?
You could have kept it to yourself, love.
I mean, to you personally, right?
Huh?
To you privately, right?
Just because you put it in the open.
Yeah.
It's a lot of women out here that I'll say, because since we're talking about sex, it's a little deeper than just, oh, he couldn't make me come. Sometimes men, y'all do need to understand women's bodies. Let's start there, because some men don't even know what a clit is.
Yeah.
Some men don't even know how many holes we have down there. But anywho, there's women that are out here using all these different types of toys and bragging about it and all that. Well, bitch, if you got a goddamn jackhammer down there every night for 2 hours at a time, and then here I come with my 7 to 8 of the best minutes that I'm finna give you. You damn right.
You were that long?
I mean, you damn right I'm not finna make you come, bitch. You come every night with a fucking jackhammer in your shit. So it's like, sometimes y'all may need to be like, nah, bitch, that is a you problem. Because your coochie is wore the fuck out from fucking Mr. Rose.
Or you can go in and be like, you know what? Well, let me use the rose on you and see how
that part too.
There are other ways. There's ways to
just
learn
be
to love
knowledgeable
and appreciate your person.
Just be
your partner.
knowledgeable.
Right. I think the bigger thing. Sorry, if I say real quick,
go ahead.
the bigger thing is learning how to please your partner and having the conversation and not saying it's a you problem. It's like, how do we fix this us problem?
Right. I'm quitting. That's the point. That's why.
Got mine.
And so we'll get to the whole tip after this. But that's exactly what I wanted to get at, because the reason why I didn't have a problem with the DJ Envy and his wife's book was what you just said. It was to me, I felt like that was an educational piece to be like, hey, little nigga, hey, you ain't lived yet. You know, you think you just humping like a rabbit at 16, 18, 20, 21, and you getting your shit off whole time. She just don't want to upset you. And like, so that should encourage men earlier on to just start having the conversation. So that's how I took it.
Imagine you being there sitting at the laptop and your girl right next to you, and they talk about this shit. She like, yeah, my man ain't made me. And she was like,
I'd have flipped all that shit over. What, man? We not finna post this.
You giggling a little too bad. No, I'm talking about you and your chick watching DJ Envy and her talk about, and she fucking bust out laughing like, yes, it is.
I'd have been like,
exactly.
Fuck you laughing
that's
at.
what I mean. It opens up the conversation.
You laughing
Bitch, you
at?
giggling a little too hard, ain't you?
What did you laugh at?
It opened up the conversation.
So I don't make you come? No.
Yeah.
Right. Well, since you want to know, shit.
Hey,
well, I'm
listen,
glad you
man,
asked.
this has been a dope episode, man. And what I love that y'all do is so similar to y'all have something that y'all call a whole tip, right? We call ours bro talk. You know, we are two Louisiana gentlemen, so we gonna always let women go first when they in the room. So we're gonna let y'all provide y'all whole tips so we can wrap up the episode and we go from there. John, I'm gonna come to you first with your bro talk.
Yes.
No, women going first.
Women going first.
Shit, I'm like, yes.
Y'all got it.
We covered on so many things. Well, mainly preferences, We talked about the black household, men and women, being able to rest in our femininity.
I got a whole tip.
Go ahead, because I was trying to figure out where we go.
She was trying to find one quick. Where this whole tip at?
So my whole tip is gonna always be to not let a man make you feel less than. Don't let somebody try to tell you to be quiet, because I feel like they're just challenging you. And that's just me maybe just speaking from an independent point of view. But no, I'm not going to be quiet. Like, I know when to be quiet if I'm done talking, but you're not going to silence me. And I don't think that that's right for any man or woman to tell somebody to know when to be, know when to be quiet, but don't try to quiet me, because no, you're adding fuel to fire.
I love it.
Dang, I want to piggyback off that and talk about therapy over here too.
Mr. Non-therapist.
Mr. Non-therapist over there. Man, Taylor, I wish you'd have saw your own eyes when he said, I ain't going to no damn therapy. Look, her dick snapped and everything. Go ahead, though.
We gonna freeze frame it when we get it back.
Oh, I can't wait to get this back. No, I do want to speak on that. Like, if you meet a man and he says that you're not his preference or you don't meet his preference, that doesn't take away from you or your self-worth. There's somebody else out there that is for you. So don't go out here trying to change who you are and then wake up 15 years later like, I'm with this person I don't like and I don't know who I am. So yeah, just if that's not your preference, go out and find somebody that, that likes you for who you are. Now, Mr. Niggas over here. Therapy, real quick. There's nothing.
That's the look you gave me, dog. It's like, okay.
My bro talk, fellas. You miss 90% of the shots you don't take. So don't be like Caleb. Slide in her DM, because it's niggas like me that slide all day long.
Oh, wow.
Wait, I want to get to Taylor Mr. Therapy, though.
Huh?
I want to get to Taylor Mr. Therapy.
He don't want her to do it. Like, all right, so anywho.
That's okay. We ain't going to talk about it.
I love that bro tip, because, like, it's the summertime. Cuffing season is over, and despite how I may feel about DMs, I love living vicariously through bro. Like, when he tell me he got one, I'm pumping fists like I got him. Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Absolutely. But like, I mean, at the same time, just piggybacking off of bro, like, I'm never gonna be that dude, but like, have your preferences. I was like, as a man, be okay, just like women are okay with telling you what their do's and don'ts are. I think that a lot of times where a lot of the disconnect comes from, and men, y'all might shoot me for this, but I think it's because even when we hearing what y'all say as women, we just on some okay, cool, all right, I don't want to create no argument shit.
I agree.
And it should be more like, all right, boom, if that's how you feel, this way I stand. And then that's where you can have that.
That's how we create conversation and communication, healthy relationships, y'all. Please.
Yes, so have your preferences.
Stand on what you gonna say.
Stand on your nuts, be a man, and do what you gonna do, man. And listen, first and foremost, I thank y'all for coming through, Certified Steppers. Shout out to Taylor Jr. for holding it down with no kicks or nothing while we went through this whole hour episode. I promise you this is going to be one dope. I am KP of the Certified Steppers. That is smooth. This is Taylor and Toya of the Heaux Bag, like we in the university.
Illustrious.
The illustrious.
The illustrious.
And we're going to see y'all on the other side. Yeah.